We will start with an opening statement from Ole Miss coach Chris Beard, please.
Yeah, obviously a big win for us in the NCAA tournament for Ole Miss. Kind of starts with our respect for the opponent, a team that really hadn't lost a game since Christmas, really, besides Duke. We knew we were going to get their best shot. We knew their run was coming in the second half, but a really good win for us. Again, a lot of respect for our opponent. First half was one of our best halves of the year. It's what it takes in the NCAA tournament. Second half, we'd like a lot of things back, but give North Carolina credit. We knew the comeback was coming. Sure enough, it did. Was really impressed with the poise of our guys in the last couple minutes of the game. As a coach, you never want to be out of timeouts, but we just had to use some of those timeouts to solve some issues in the second half. But I thought we did a good job late executing on offense, getting the ball where we wanted it to be, and getting the ball in bounds even when we didn't have timeouts left. So we came here to Milwaukee. We set it up as a 4-team tournament, and so we're halfway through it, 40 minutes to the Sweet 16. But really proud of these guys in our first victory in this year's tournament.
Thank you, Coach. Questions for the student athletes, please.
Steve McGargy, Associated Press. For Sean, just what's going through your mind after that R.J. Davis three-point play gets it down to 2? You end up with the ball, you can take the big shot. Just take me through that play and just what's going through your mind there.
Yeah, coming out of the timeout, we had something drawn up, and kind of what was going through my mind was just get a good shot off, play confident, don't think too much, and he went under the screen, so I shot it. That's really it.
Sean, following up on that, you've made some big shots in your career. Is that the biggest?
I think on the stage, yeah, especially because at that point of the game, they were on a huge run, and we needed that bucket. So I just, like I said, shot it with confidence, and rest was in God's hands.
That was for your first win in Milwaukee.
Yeah, 1-1 now.
Sean, I know you have bigger goals than just winning one game, but it's Ole Miss's first victory in the tournament in 10 years. What does it mean to be a part of a team that's doing these sorts of things?
Yeah, it's really special. I love it for the Ole Miss fans and for our family and friends and everything, but I especially love it for this group of guys that I go to battle with every single day, and this coaching staff that puts in countless hours so that we can succeed as a team. And there's a whole lot of sacrifice that goes into a game like today. So very happy for Ole Miss. Like you said, first tournament win in 10 years. But there's a lot of hard work and sacrifice that goes into that success. So I'm just happy to see that merit.
Hey, Sean, were you surprised by, they were icing screens, then they go under it? Were you kind of surprised by some of the coverages you saw, say, in ball screens?
Again, the coaching staff does a great job of preparing us for each game. So we saw countless clips of how they cover ball screens in the middle of the floor and the side of the floor. So I saw that coming, and we kind of went through what would be open, short roll, or loop behind. So coaching staff did a great job of preparing us for that situation.
Any questions for Juju, the pride of the Bronx? His 4th NCAA tournament win today.
We got Sean Pedulla, man. Ask all the questions for Sean. I'm happy to be a part of the team with Sean Pedulla, man.
In addition to that, Jaylen, Chris referenced the poise you guys showed late when Carolina made that run, cutting 22-2. What kind of led to that poise late?
Just having a veteran team. It's something that we talk about all the time. We know that North Carolina was a super talented team. So if they went on a run, it's not about, panicking. Just stay poised. We're a veteran team. We've been through this before. Just come down, execute plays, and get stops.
You see that demeanor and calmness? That's what I have to deal with every day.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Juju, what's going on in English class? Coach, I got it.
I think Sam Hutchins, Clarion Ledger, for Juju and Sean, if you guys would, maybe the overlooked part of this with how it ended is what Dre Davis did early. What did that start mean? He was 6 for 6 in the first half. For him to come out on fire like that, how'd that change things early?
Dre Davis is a dog, It's just that we just got to bring it out of him all the time. That's all it is. But once we get it out of him, Dre is capable of doing anything. Rebounding, you know, getting stops, big-time blocks, scoring. So all the stuff that Dre did today, that's what we need him to do continuously, and we've been asking for a long time now.
Yeah, just to piggyback off that, when Dre's playing at his best, he's a damn good player. He's the type of player you play with, and he makes a play, and you're like, I'm glad he's on my team. So first half he got hot, but again, like Juju said, he was affecting the game more than just offensively. He's the centerpiece of our defense with his vocalness and his ability to guard like 1 through 5. So he's a special player, and he showed it today.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right, guys, you're released. Thank you. Good luck Sunday. And now we'll entertain questions for Coach Beard, please.
Jake Thompson, Ole Miss Spirit on 3. Chris, I know rebounding's been up and down, a search for consistency, but a lot of key defensive rebounds in that last 2 minutes. Just what did that mean to kind of see those guys get that in those moments?
Yeah, interesting thing. I don't know if we've been beat this year when we out-rebound the opponent. Seems like we could figure out a way to always out-rebound our opponent, but it's been a challenge this year. But I thought we were very competitive on the glass. And again, the last several minutes of the game being played without a timeout, I thought the veteran players did a good job. We switched defensive coverages a few times without a timeout, and then we're able to execute at least enough offensively to get the right guy the ball in the right spot.
Coach Jack Sturdivant, Short Trojan Vision News. Oxford's a long way from Milwaukee, but you had a lot of Ole Miss people show up, especially behind your bench. Talk about the loyalty of this fan base.
Yeah, it's a special place. Anybody that hasn't been to Oxford, everything you've heard in a positive light is true. It's a college town. We've also got a great state in Mississippi that kind of a state divided, but we've got our share of Ole Miss fans. Our fans travel, not only for basketball, but for other sports as well. So wasn't surprising, but definitely appreciated. Our players were even talking about it before the game when they went out for their first warm-ups. So thank you for everybody that came and supported us today. I know it's not easy. It's real time, real expense, real money to get here, so we never take that for granted. But no, we're in our second year here at Ole Miss. We're building something special sooner than most people thought. But a big part of it's our fan base, period.
Yeah, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. Chris, you mentioned that you knew the run was going to come. Why were your guys able to avoid panicking, especially when you guys weren't scoring for such a long period?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last game Carolina played before the play-in game was another comeback type thing against Duke maybe. So we had mentioned that several times in preparation, that it's going to be a long game. It's a game of runs. And so in those moments, we were just reminding everybody of the preparation we had. I did think in some of those runs, we got some good shots around the basket and didn't make them. They hit a couple. I think both teams benefited from fortune. R.J. Davis doesn't miss that many good looks, so we were fortunate there, but I think the same thing could be said for us. We felt like we got a lot of good shots, especially in the second half, that just didn't go in. But our guys had a lot of poise down the stretch, no doubt about it. And again, give Carolina credit for a courageous comeback.
Michael Katz, Daily Journal. You mentioned it a little bit right there, but and you mentioned Juju being a cool customer. It seems like Sean is that way as well. Just how important is it this time of year to have guys who can keep calm and stay cool in those late decisive moments?
Yeah, our word is poise, stone-faced. Don't get too high or too low. We have a veteran team. You know, Sean and Ju have both played in the NCAA Tournament before. I think that showed early. They did a great job getting some of their teammates that haven't played in this tournament before prepared. But yeah, I think a lot of things about our team. You know, I do think we looked poised at times. We were composed when it mattered most. I didn't see anything about our team today that looked like there was any fraud in our program. I didn't see that. I saw a team that had a good season in the SEC, just beat North Carolina in the first round of the NCAA Tournament.
Hi, Coach. Cole Amundsen here, Tribune Enterprise and Busting Brackets. Obviously, it's a 6-game fight. You guys are here to compete on Monday night, but can you kind of explain or kind of speak on what it's like for your seniors here to get a win here tonight?
Yeah, we set up every tournament, 4-team tournament, so we came here to win 2 games. It's going to be very challenging. Our next opponent is one of the best teams in college basketball. But I think for our players, we got so many seniors, guys, 4th, 5th year in college basketball that have literally checked every box in their careers, but several of them hadn't participated in the NCAA tournament. So we felt that pressure and urgency all the way back from the summer through our non-conference schedule. So to get here, we're really happy to be here. And now the message is, hey, our story isn't that we made the NCAA tournament. Let's make a run in this tournament. So, but really, really pleased and happy for our seniors.
Chris, Sam Hutchins, Clarion Ledger. On that, so much has been made of the roster being so senior heavy, but I don't know if this is a dumb question or not, but are seniors automatically kind of more composed in those moments, or is there something about this group of seniors that has that maybe not all, even senior teams do?
No, definitely not automatic. If there was something automatic in recruiting or coaching, we would do it every time. So I've had some seniors before that weren't associated with poise. But this group is a little bit different. We've got really mature people off the court as well, guys that handle their business and have great balance in their lives. And so, you know, when the season starts, you always go over your strengths and your weaknesses, your weapons or your threats. And consistent across the board from players to coaches, we did think that one part of our identity this year could be our composure and experience. We got a group that really never gets too high or too low. That's been a good thing all year.
Steve McGargy, Associated Press. I think this is your Ole Miss's first time beyond the round of 64 since 13. Just what gave you the confidence this program was capable of making this kind of run when you decided to take this job?
Yeah, this is my second year at Ole Miss, and some of our players, it's the first year. We certainly respect and are knowledgeable about the past in our program. We feel the opportunity and the pressure to do things for our fan base. But in terms of how history relates to our team, again, we got a lot of players. It's the first season at Ole Miss. So, again, 4-team tournament. We're 1-0. Big opportunity on Saturday, or Sunday, excuse me.
Ryan Wood, USA Today Network, Wisconsin. You mentioned that being one of your better first halves of the season. I'm curious, especially the outside shooting that you came out with. I think you made 6 of your first 7 behind the arc. How much does that kind of set the tone and maybe take the pressure off in this kind of environment?
Yeah, it really helps. Basketball is a lot easier game when the ball's going in. We had a similar game in Nashville just a few days ago against Auburn, I believe, where we just couldn't get one to go in. And if we would have shot that day like we shot tonight, it might have been a different outcome. In terms of shooting, you know, we're just looking, are we getting the right shot by the right person? Are we disciplined in our footwork and our follow-through? Was the pass a strike and not a ball? And so obviously we hit some shots, but I thought our shots were assisted for the most part in the first half. So a lot of things go into that.
Chris, I know you'll talk about this a lot more tomorrow, but Iowa State on Sunday. I know you're focused on North Carolina, but have you had any opportunity to even think about them, or have you had a chance to watch them over the season? Just your initial thoughts?
Yeah, they got a great coach. TJ and I have gone at it before, and certainly our years in the Big 12. The program he's built there and sustained, it's real. I watch a lot of college basketball throughout the season, so I've seen his team play several times. I haven't started any of the preparation on that game, but we had staff members working on that ahead of time. But I know this, one of the best teams in college basketball, period. Defensive identity, really good coach, and a lot of talented players that we've been following for years, both coaching against them, recruited some of those guys. So this will be a real round of 32 game. These are two teams that are worthy to get in second weekend. We'll have to play our best 40 minutes. We'll have to play better than we did today for 40 minutes to be successful on Sunday.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good luck Sunday. Thank you.